Welcome to Jasper High School. Tonight, the Jasper Wildcats open up their Southern Indiana Athletic Conference season against the Bosse Bulldogs. The Wildcats are 1-0 after their win over Southridge, and Bosse is yet to play a game. They're 0-0. Hello, everybody. I'm Craig Schneider, along with Jason Stom and Jeremy Marcos on the video. And Jason, we're taking on a Bosse team that last year started out 14-0 and then lost 8 of their last 9 games, including a sectional loss to Heritage Hills. And it's a team that returns a lot as far as some of their top scorers. However, their number one scorer, Julian Norris, was a 6'3" guard who averaged almost 17 points a game last year and first team all SIAC. Well, he's being recruited by some Division I programs and decided to move on to a prep school in Branson, Missouri, so they'll be without him. But they do return Matthew Wagner, who averaged almost 13 points a game. Draydon Nunn averaged about 11. Jameer Ajibadi, who's actually their big man underneath, he averaged just under 10 points a game. And then that speedy freshman we remember from last year, Tare Howell, who averaged about 7 points a game. So they return a lot, so we know that they're going to be pretty solid when it comes to this conference this year.
Well, I think you're right, Craig. You know, Bosse year in and year out is athletic. And, you know, from there you don't know what you're going to get a lot of times. You know, you get athletes, but you don't necessarily get basketball players. And, you know, this being their first game of the year, you know, I'm sure their coaching staff's, you know, kind of looking too to see what's going to come of it. But, you know, from Jasper's standpoint, we just got to continue what we started over at Southridge a week ago tonight, you know, and take care of ourselves, play the game that, you know, we know how to play. You know, Bosse's a little bit bigger than what Southridge was. You know, they go 6'6", 6'4". You know, Southridge didn't have that. So it's not going to be as easy for Foley and Heichelbeck tonight as what they had it over there. But, you know, in the same sense, you know, I like our chances tonight. I mean, I think, you know, we've got a good group of kids out there. You know, and that's why you play high school sports. You know, you never know. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, like I said, it's a conference game, so you kind of get right into it here just right after the start with Southridge. And, you know, we talked about, you know, playing even a rivalry game, first game of the season, how that was. But Wildcats did play well in that ball game. You mentioned Foley. He had 16 points on 8 of 10 shooting. And Mooney scored 14. Gus had his 13 points in the first half, including 11 in the first quarter. But the team shot really well in that basketball game, including Tanner Ernie, who was 5 for 5. We shot 64% from the field and 73% on our two-point shots, where we were 22 of 30. So Jasper's coming off a big win. Bosse is just getting ready to start the season. So we are just about underway with this basketball game, and Jasper wins the tip there. So, and I remember last year, Foley had a really good game. I think he had about 18 points against Bosse, so we'll see if he can kind of build on that. Yeah,
you're right. You know, I remember last year's game a little bit. We talked about, you know, with Foley. Foley was, you know, I think is probably last year and even this year probably our best athlete out there. I'm not saying basketball player, but I'm saying athlete.
Sure.
And last year that was one thing with Connor. He kind of, in games where we needed his athleticism, he had it, but it was the other games that, you know, he kind of lagged behind. So we need him out there every night to produce and be a leader on the floor for us.
And the Wildcats, who were actually 10 of 17 from the free throw line the other night, they were 7 of 7 in the first half, and Foley hits 1 of 2 there. So Jasper to an early 1-0 lead as Bosse gets into their offense, and that's Matthew Wagner's number 10. Number 11 is Tare Howell, as we mentioned. Jameer Ajibadi is number 1, and he scores his first 2 points of the ball game. And they also have Ashton Smallwood, number 22, and Adrian Joyner is number 33, and Moondy misses that shot. Cats with the same lineup with Ernie, Moondy, Young, Foley, and Heichelbeck out there as Gus makes a move and goes off the glass. And, oh, that's going to be an offensive interference because that ball was going in.
It was going in, and Connor was there. You know, as a coach, you don't dislike the hustle and the effort, but, you know, you got to be a smart player there and get your hand out of the way and let the ball fall in.
Right. Of course, Bosse continued to be coached by Shane Burkhardt, 14th year here at Bosse. And that shot is up and in, so 2 points for Ashton Smallwood. And he wasn't on the roster last year, so I'm kind of curious to where they maybe picked him up from.
Yeah, they start 3 seniors and 2 sophomores. So, and I remember the one sophomore that was played as a freshman last year, like you said in the introduction there, number 11 there. You know, he's quicker than all get out.
Right. Actually, Smallwood is a sophomore, so probably didn't play on the varsity team as a freshman last year.
And you know, there's a nice ball fake or shot fake by Ernie, got the guy off the floor and got him to commit the foul. But the thing with when you play a team like Bosse with that much athleticism, you got to be patient on offense. You want them to have to play defense. Make them follow you around. Don't get into their game, because their game's going to be wanting to get the ball up and down the floor.
Right.
They don't want a 20, 30-second defensive stance. You know, they want to get it and go.
Right.
And that's where Jasper has to play smart basketball and be patient.
And Foley stepped into the, or actually Gus did. He stepped into the lane, so we got an offensive interference by one of our bigs and a step in the lane there. So the second free throw does not count. Jasper trails 4-1 right now. You
know, and that's 2 turnovers. And last against Southridge, we didn't have, but I think maybe like 4.
Yeah.
So we're going to have to pick that up a little bit.
All right, so the ball gets knocked out of bounds there, but we mentioned Burkhart's 14th year, 219 and 111 with 6 sectional titles, 4 regionals, and 2 semi-states. He also had an outstanding season just a few years ago, 25 and 5, where they went to the state finals that year, and back in 2018.
Michael Beekler checked in for Connor Foley.
Yeah, Beekler led the Wildcats with 7 rebounds in just 12 minutes the other night against Southridge. So there's that jumper by the sophomore Howell. He's got his first 2 points of the ball game. 6-1, Bosse out ahead and aggressively going after Wildcats defensively as well. Howell with a little teardrop drop into the basket there, so he's got 4 quick points, and the Wildcats have to call a timeout. Quick 8-1 start for Bosse. So we'll take a break. Jasper trails by 7 here on 18 WJTS. All right, so the Wildcats have the basketball underneath Bosse's basket after the timeout, and quick start for the Bulldogs with an 8-1 lead here.
Looks like Bosse's going to run a half-court trap the way they've got it lined up.
Cats try to get in the offense quickly before they were able to set any traps out there. So.
Oh, and missed Gus. Gus was open on the backside on a back cut.
Feed inside, Gus. Little touch there doesn't go, but battle for the rebound will go off Beekler. Now Foley's going to check in for Gus now, so little rotation early on here.
Beekler's going to be outmanned size-wise and stuff in there, but he's not going to play against anybody that's going to work harder than what he does.
No doubt.
You know, he gets every maximum effort out of his size and works really hard.
All right, so there's a jumper right there from Ajibadi, 3-pointer. Now it's an 11-1 lead, so Jasper down by double digits with 4:48 to go here in the first. Drive to the basket there, and they're going to call a blocking foul.
No, I think they called it a charge.
Oh, they called a charge, wow.
No.
Okay. No, it was a block. Okay, so because I saw him go down like that, I thought he
I thought he did too, but he got the right call, there's no doubt. But
so Tanner Ernie's first 2 points of the ball game. He scored 11 the other night. A couple subs for the Bosse Bulldogs.
45.
It's Ananimi Parker, number 52, I think, is also checked in. So 45 is
Drayden Nunn.
Drayden Nunn. Actually,
oh boy, that was a bad miss.
Yeah, Nunn averaged 11 points a ball game and just under 5 rebounds per game in last year's season. Again, a great start for this Bosse team last year, and I think we were kind of right in the middle of that whenever they started out 14-0, but lost 8 of their last 9.
Way out there.
3-pointer out there does not go. Battle for the rebound, and I think we got a break there. No, we didn't get the break because I thought it went off his back.
It did. It went right off Beekler's back.
Okay.
But again, you know, Beekler, he's there hustling, you know, keeping the ball alive, doing what he can. Ernie's out. Who went in? Jack Albrand's in for Ernie.
I would say if any of these guys played on the Bosse football team, they'd remember Beekler because he tore them up with a couple of unbelievable blocks on some plays in that ball game.
I'm betting, though, that none of these guys played football.
Probably not. All right, so spin move, kick out to Mundi. Mundi had a nice start to his junior year with 14 points the other night.
This is what we got to do. Just be patient. Don't panic. Work the ball around. Trust your offense. That's
Foley
a charge.
with a jump stop, and he's called for the charge. You're right.
Yeah, you could see that coming. He kind of tried to jump around him, but still caught him a little bit with his hip.
So first personal foul on him. First foul on the Wildcats. Bosse's got 3 up there so far. 3:51 to go. Bosse with an 8-point lead. Kick out on the drive there, and that's a 3-pointer dropped by number 45, Dedron Nunn.
They're not going to hold the ball long on offense. They're
No.
going to make about 2 passes and be ready to go.
All right, we hit 3 3-pointers the other night. 2 were hit by Mundi.
But that's what you can't have happen. You know, you get the big bucket on the one end, you got to bust it back and get back and play defense. Can't celebrate it and be happy that you scored. And they beat us down the floor and ended up with a layup.
So it's back up to a 10-point lead as Mundi's long on that jumper.
He forced that one. I mean, he wasn't patient with the offense. The last time he got the shot out of the offense.
All right, so Foley comes up with a loose one there. He's going to try to jam it, and he does. What a jam there, right over number 52, Hajimami Parker.
I think he might have got by with a double dribble before all that happened, but
Bosse comes back, can't hit the 3-pointer, and Albrand almost stepped on the sideline there. So Foley, now this time, going up is Grant Young for a 2-point shot there. So the Wildcats on a little bit of a run. They were just down by 11. Now it's a 6-point game, and Shane Burkhart wants to settle down his troops. So Jasper trails Bosse 16-10 here on 18 WJTS. So the Wildcats have answered Bosse's quick run here in the first quarter with a couple quick buckets. Grant Young with a layup and Connor Foley with a 2-handed jam. 6-point ball game as Bosse gets back into it. And there's another steal by Foley. Can he do it again? This time a little finger roll up and in. So Foley with 2 quick steals to ignite this Wildcat basketball team. 3-pointer does not go. Cats come down with a rebound. So Cats trying to play along with Bosse's running attack. Mundi with a 3-pointer, and that's dropped. So the run continues. A 9-0 run right now for the Wildcats. 16-15 with 1:52 to go.
and the defensive end is what's got us back in the ball game. You know, we've had some steals and some stops and forced into bad shots like that. You know, that's what you got to do when you fall behind to get back. Now we've worked hard to get to this point.
A little bit of a flop did not get called there, so Gus gets an easy bucket. So now all 5 starters have scored in this basketball game, and Jasper now leads 17-16 on an 11-0 run. Up and under there by Howell, doesn't go. Mundi with a spin move, left-handed shot, does not drop though, and so Bosse will come the other way. Ajibadi all the way. It's not as easy for Bosse this time around now.
No, we're doing a better job of getting back on defense here in the last couple minutes. And against a team that wants to run like Bosse does, you got to do that or you're going to really bury yourself.
Right. Albrand gives it up. That's the first 3-point shot we've seen this year from Gus, but it doesn't drop. Quickly the other way, left-handed layup does not go for Parker.
So they've missed a couple of easy shots that,
There's a steal. Battle still on the floor. Now it's an easy layup the other way for the Bosse Bulldogs. Matthew Wagner gets his first 2. So gives Bosse a 1-point lead, 18-17, 10 seconds to go. Jasper still on the attack there. Gus Lay up and in, so Jasper gets a lead right back. 2 seconds, 1, and they'll finish this first quarter up 19-18 over the Bosse Bulldogs. So we'll be back right after this on 18 WJTS. All right, so the Bulldogs jumped out on the Wildcats early, but then Jasper on a crazed run there to take a 19-18 lead. Jumper on the way does not go by Wagner, so here come the Wildcats.
Spencer Englert checked in. We've got Englert, Ernie.
Got himself into some trouble there, so now the Bulldogs with an easy layup the other way for Smallwood.
Englert, Ernie, Young, Foley, and Heichelbeck in for Jasper.
Young
nice
feeds
back
it.
cut. Yeah.
Foley wasn't quite ready for it, but held on, and Tanner with the jumper there. So Tanner's showing his ability to score early on in this season. 21-20, Jasper gets a lead right back, but a quick baseline jumper doesn't go for Smallwood there, and here come the Wildcats. Feed down to Gus. Gus gathers himself and puts it up and in.
Gus shot that flat-footed. I don't think he even jumped when he shot it.
All right, so 23-20, Jasper with their biggest lead, 3 points right now. 6:49 to go here in the second quarter. Howell with a quick shot, in and out. So he had 2 quick buckets, but hasn't been able to hit since.
He's forced a lot of shots for only being a sophomore. You know, you would think that he would kind of just go with the flow of the game and shoot when he's open, but he kind of forces things.
Look at that, Tanner. Tanner Ernie with 6 points. Doing a lot of what he did against Southridge the other night, where he hit 5 of 5 shots. They're going to call Ernie on this. So Nunn was trying to create some space there with his forearm, but they call the foul on Ernie. Mundi comes back in, and Ajibadi also in. Jasper with a 5-point lead, 25-20, 6:16 to go here in the quarter. Second quarter. So it's kind of an opportunity for Bosse to run a half-court set, but let's make it easy and just shoot a jumper.
I mean, he shot, I know, 3 air balls, and it's like, I guess that's a sign of a shooter. You just keep shooting. It doesn't matter whether you shoot an air ball or not. But
he hit his first 2 shots, but I think he's missed about 4 or 5 since then.
And I know 3 of them haven't drawn iron.
But Howell on the defensive side, really attacking Ernie there, and it's going to be an over and back. So good job defensively there by number 11. But John Gable's questioning why there wasn't a call there.
I think the over and back call was right, but I think he might have got fouled to force the over and back. I think that's what Coach Gable's kind of letting the referee know, that he felt like he was fouled.
You know, it's one thing to give space, but when your body's all over somebody, there's no space to be given.
Yeah.
3-pointer drop there by number 33, Joyner, but now we got a foul over here, and they're going to call it on Joyner this time. So
I think we talked about that at the Southridge game, you know, where a kid takes a shot and misses it, and then he commits a, you know, that's a senseless foul.
Frustration foul.
You're the whole court away.
Yeah.
You know, just let it, they got the rebound, just get back and play good defense.
So Bosse had 3 quick early fouls, but that's our first foul probably since about 2 minutes or so into the first quarter. 5-point lead for the Wildcats, but another lose of the handle there by Foley. Howell will get in. Oh man, it should have been goaltending, but it still went in.
Still went in, yeah.
All right, so Howell now has got 6 points. Young can't hit that shot.
There again, you know, we're getting out of our offense.
Bosse just cannot get the ball to drop for him.
I mean, they just turn and throw it.
Right.
You know, it's like get it up there and somebody can get a rebound maybe and put it in.
Mundi with the high arching shot. 3rd 3-pointer hit by him. And he's got 9. Jasper now with a 6-point lead. And that's going to be a foul on Young. But the Wildcats still continuing on here. They've outscored Bosse here 9-4 to start this second quarter. 24 checks in. That is Daylon Fox Boone. (28-22), 4:41 to go here in the first half. Wagner way short on that jumper. Tries to lead Young down the floor. Gets good position. Nice shot fake. Puts it up and in and draws the contact. So Jasper just continues on this crazed run. I think it was 16-6 when Bosse had that 10-point lead. Since then, the Wildcats have rolled out 14 to just 6 points for the Bulldogs.
Young did a good job of corralling the ball and then gathering himself and got his body under control to hit the shot. Now you got to finish the old-fashioned three-point play.
Right. And he pops that one. 31-22. Jasper now up by 9. Bosse looking to see if they can start a new run, but they can't get the shot there. Foley just way too strong size-wise for anybody on the Bosse team right now on the floor. Oh man, right off the rim there as he tried to skip pass
and hit the rim.
Is that a shot attempt?
I don't know. It hit the rim, so that's more than what some of Bosse's shots have done.
Well, the stats would be all over the place if you and I were in charge of them.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
All right, so another foul whistled on the Bulldogs there. This is the second foul on Smallwood, number 22, and so we'll have a substitution here as Parker comes back in the ball game. Smallwood will sit. 31-22, 3:49 to go. Cats will inbound. Just the sixth foul on Bosse, so we're not in shooting situation yet.
Bosse shot about 5% in the last 4 or 5 minutes.
Yeah,
I mean, they haven't hit anything.
Howell with a nice quick move there, though.
And then, of course, as I say that, they come down and drive all the way to the basket for a layup.
Right. So the Wildcats have outscored them 12-6 so far here in the second quarter. Three-pointer for Allbrand. Misses to the right side, but look at that rebound. But now a nice block there. Foley went over to the top to get the rebound, but then it was blocked there by Parker on the putback. Gus checks in. Connor will sit. So Beekler, Allbrand, Gus, Mundi, and Grant Young out there for the Wildcats. Mundi sets up for the shot, long.
That almost banked in.
Gus gets the rebound. Good move, puts it up and in. Heichelbeck having a good night, 8 points.
But
then a quick bucket the other way.
That's, you got to get back on defense. I mean, it's just notorious when you play a Bosse team that's going to happen.
Cats lead by 7, 33-26, inside of 3. Grant kicks out. Gus has got the 3. Cannot hit, though. Gus was in position, but a little maneuver there, and they're going to call a foul on Gus.
I'm not sure it wasn't the right call, but it was too late.
I agree.
I mean, he made the call after the basket or the shot didn't go in.
You're right.
I mean, if it's a foul right away. It's not.
Agree.
You don't wait to see what happens on the play.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what Gable's asking right now. So Parker's going to shoot 2, and way short on that one. And the Jasper student section tried the distraction and it works that time. Parker 0 for 2 from the line. And actually, a first 2 free throws shot by Bosse tonight. They still trail the Wildcats by 7. Jump stop there, and they're going to call a jump ball. Wow. All right, so Jasper will keep possession here as Foley comes in. Beekler's going to sit.
Lindy's got to learn to be a little bit stronger with that basketball when he does that jump stop, which that'll come.
Right.
I mean, you know, he's still young out there.
Gus takes advantage of his size, and then Foley can't hit the shot. Nice feed down low, but we got a foul.
Foley picked that up. He missed the shot, and then he tried to get his rebound and went over the back.
Yep. All right, so now they do the offense-defense substitutions here.
Foley's got 2 fouls, so he may sit the rest of the quarter.
All right, Jasper 33, Bosse 26, 2:10 on the clock. I don't know what Shane Burkhart's doing, walking all the way over to the baseline there.
Somebody's going to have to step up for this lineup that Jasper's got in there now to score, because you've got Gus is mainly your main scorer that's in there.
Howell misses that three-point shot. Now Ajibade shoots one and he hits it. So he scored 5 in the first. He's got 5 in the second. 10 points for him, and now it's a 4-point game. 33-29. Jasper still leads the Bulldogs. They were just up by 9 not too long ago.
This is what you need. You need to be patient, work the ball around, make them play defense, look for a good open shot, travel.
All right, so Engler tries to make a quick move to the baseline there, travels with the basketball, 1:27 to go, 4-point lead for Jasper, and Bosse looking to cut into that even further.
We need a good defensive stop here, force them into a bad shot. We've done a pretty good job on the defensive boards. I've been pretty impressed with that. I mean, we've done a pretty good job of blocking them out.
Yeah, they're pretty well, unless they get a steal like that, but I'm just going to say they've been pretty well one and done on most of their shots.
Yeah, they have.
All right, so the Cats play the game. Young in, Carter in. All right, and the Bulldogs out there. Includes Tyree Gregory's number 32. Howell's still out there. 24 is Fox Boone. Ajibade out there along with number 45, Nunn. So Gus, again, just too strong for him, but he's got to hit that shot.
Yep. Gus usually got a good touch inside there.
That's a travel. Playing a little hopscotch there, number 45, Nunn. And so Jasper gets the ball back with 51.5 to go and a 4-point lead.
We need to take care of the basketball.
The Cats should still run their offensive set here. Down to 41 seconds. Don't you usually go with this up till about the 30-second or 25-second point before you kind of back it out for one?
Yeah, I would think that's what, they might look to do, but, they're looking to score yet.
The flow's
just like
there.
that, but.
All right, so Beekler trying to bring the rebound down. They call the foul on Bosse.
Looked to me like the Bosse player had position. Beekler got the rebound, but we'll take it.
Yeah.
Just got to convert it now and hit our free throws.
So this will be a 1-and-1, 7th foul on Bosse. Jasper has 5. First foul on Ajibade.
Engler and Albrand in. Mundy and Heichelbeck out. We've got a small lineup in there now.
Good job there. Michael Beekler, first points of the ball game, first points from the bench. Jasper 3 of 5 so far from the line. Two of 2. Good job, Mike. Gets that lead back up to 7.
Now we need a good defensive stop here to go into the halftime with a little momentum.
10 seconds. You knew Howell's taking that shot, but he actually draws contact, and so that's going to be before the shot, I believe.
Yeah, they pointed at the floor, so they'll get the ball underneath.
So second foul on Grant. Sixth foul on the Wildcats. No shots yet. 8.5 on the clock. Jasper 35, Bosse 29 as we come to the end. And there's an easy bunny down the loop. Fox Boone puts that in.
And then a steal and a foul.
And now a foul, so boy.
That's what you can't, you've got to control the basketball, you know, under, at least at the end of a quarter or whatever. You know, everything gets helter-skelter like it did there. They ended up with a, you know, an easy shot on the out-of-bounds play, and then we just nonchalantly threw the ball in bounds, and that Bosse player was right there for the steal.
So Tare Howell hits his free throw. (35-32). Bosse has a chance to cut it to just 2 points here. And Jasper was just up by 9. 2 for 2 on that. 35-32 with 3 seconds to go.
I was going to say, don't try to do anything fancy. Just get the ball in bounds.
Ooh, almost goes in for Grant Young. All right, so the Jasper Wildcats fell behind early, trailed by as many as 11 in that first quarter, but then battled back to take a 19-18 lead at the end of one. Second quarter finishes with the Wildcats up by 2. So Jason, kind of an up and down game, and you know, it was one of those situations where I think early on we were trying to get settled into what we wanted to do, but eventually we got there to be able to at least be competitive in this ball game and lead right now.
Yeah, I mean, you know, when we fell behind early in the first quarter, you know, it would have been easy to just kind of roll over and say, oh, you know, they're better than we are, but we did a good job of battling back, and you know, like we said, it all started on the defensive end, and it led to some transition baskets, some easy shots. And like we talked earlier, you know, we've done a very good job on the defensive end of blocking out, limiting them to one shot.
Right.
And against a team as athletic as what Bosse is, that's what you've got to do. You've got to get a body on them when you block. You can't just block out air. You've got to get a body on the offensive man to keep him from being able to get the rebound. And we've done a very good job of that. I mean, I don't keep the stats on rebounds, but you know, we've got quite a few defensive rebounds. And,
right.
And like we said, they went in a shooting slump there for probably 3 minutes of the first quarter, and then the first 4 or 5 minutes of the second quarter.
Yeah.
They were stuck on 22 points for a long time, and that came from us limiting them to one shot, forcing them into some bad shots, and that's what helped us build the lead that we had.
Right. All right, so we'll take a break here. Jasper leads Bosse 35-33 here on 18 WJTS. All right, we're set to start the second half here at Jasper High School. The Wildcats with a 35-33 lead over the Bosse Bulldogs. We'll take a quick look at the scoring. First for the Bulldogs, 2 players in double figures, including Jameer Ajabadi with 10 points. Tare Howell's got 10, 4 points for Ashton Smallwood, and 2 points for Matthew Wagner, who is coming off as their leading returning scorer from last year, just 2 points, so he'll be looking to get back on track in the second half. Wildcats were led by Carter Mooney's 9 and 8 points from Gus Heichelbeck. And it looks like both teams with their same starting lineups to start things off here. The second half, and that's Wagner, Howell, Ajabadi, Smallwood, and Joyner for the Bulldogs out there. Howell drives to the basket and drops one over the outstretched arms of Foley.
He's going to be a handful for guys to guard this year. He's quick, you know, and in high school basketball, if you're quick, that gets you a lot of open shots.
Good backdoor play going to Carter Mooney there for 2 points.
Good back cut. I don't know who made the pass, but the pass was just as important as anything right there. It was a nice pass. Hit him on the move.
37-35. Both teams have scored on their first possession here, just a minute into the third quarter. Mooney leads the Wildcats now with 11 points. Cats defensively forcing Bosse into a little half-court set here. Ball gets knocked away. Tanner can't come up with it, so Ajibade the other way dumps it down to a wide-open bucket for number 33, Adrian Jordan.
He wasn't even ready for it. About hit him in the chest before he could catch it. A lot of times when you have a scramble like that, that's what it ends up in.
They're saying before the shot as Tanner almost put that one up and in.
Yeah, I think they said that one was on the floor.
Tie ball game here, 37-37.
How many points does Matt Wagner have for?
Just 2 points. So the inbound play goes to Gus, and he puts it up and in and draws the contact. So he's going to go to the line to shoot one.
Coach Burkhardt, in his little article that he had in the Courier down there, he said that he looked for Wagner to be one of the top players in the SIAC this year. And I mean, I'll be honest, I haven't seen anything that resembles being close to that.
I mean, he hasn't even gotten very many good looks tonight.
No, I mean, it just all around. Gus does a good job to convert the old-fashioned three.
That's right. So the Wildcats now with a 3-point lead, 40-37. Steal by Mundi. Feeds it over to Grant Young, but he can't convert. Foley tries to put it up with the left hand, doesn't go, and so here comes Ajibade the other way.
One thing's for sure, the officials have let them play tonight.
They have.
I mean, they've got hand checks, they've got hands and everything else all over people.
Good job there as the Wildcats convert the steal the other way. That's Ernie. 8 points for Tanner. 5-point lead for the Wildcats now. Jumper by Howell, three-pointer goes in.
Coach Burkhardt's going to call a 30-second, I think. Yeah, 30-second timeout.
All right, so for the Bulldogs, they've had Teray Howell's got 5 of their 7 points so far in this quarter. For the Wildcats, we've seen a bucket by Ernie, Carter Mundi, and Gus Heichelbeck converting a 3-point play. So 42-40 is our score right now.
We just got to do a little bit better job on the offensive end. Of, like we said earlier, don't get in a hurry.
Right.
And that's what, these teams want to do. They want to force you into that style of play. Our defense so far this half wasn't as impressive as it was in the first half, but that's what teams do in high school basketball. They go to the halftime and they make adjustments.
And so the Wildcats still with their starters out there with 5:35 to go here in the third quarter. Bosse has made one substitution, bringing Deidron Nunn back into the ball game. Took Wagner's spot.
Bosse's picking up a little token full court press. A man-to-man press like that on full court, if you've got a good ball handler, that's all you need. Everybody else just get out of the way and take care of the basketball.
Try to feed it down to Gus, gets knocked away, but Mundi comes up with it.
Oh.
Gus, what a move, and he draws the contact. He'll shoot two.
We were fortunate there.
The main thing with a big man like Gus and also with Foley there, but Gus does a really good job with his footwork whenever he gets that ball. He doesn't travel much.
No, he don't. He's Gus has always had good post moves, inside moves. Like you said, he's got good feet. He doesn't travel when he gets the ball. I'm not sure he can move fast enough to travel. I'm just picking on him.
He makes that spin move. I mean, again, it's just a real strong pivot, and you got to take advantage of then using your size and strength to be able to get that shot up and in, as Foley can't get one to go.
He uses his body well.
Yeah.
He's a wide, big body and uses that well. And, they're right there, we did a better job there. We got back on the defense and forced them into a turnover.
3-point lead for the Wildcats, 4:56 to go here in the third quarter. 43-40 as the Cats bring it up. Grant gets it knocked away by Howell. We'll reset the 10 seconds as it gets across. Jumper on the way, a little too strong there by Ernie. Feed to Howell, and he can't handle the shot, so Jasper will get the ball right back.
One thing that, you know, I think, like, we've been fortunate every time Bosse has a chance to cut into the lead when it gets to be a close game like this. They've had 2 possessions now down 3, and they haven't gotten a shot out of it.
Right.
You know, and we've been very fortunate from that standpoint.
Wow, what was that? But Grant Young doesn't care. He goes straight to the basket, puts it up and in. Howell jerked his head back like something happened there.
I think somebody set a screen on him. I think he tried to act it out a little bit. Yeah.
Short on the jumper there for Jameer. Jasper with a 5-point lead halfway through the third quarter. Good feed and good finish. Grant Young working well with Ernie there.
Ernie did a very good job of not standing still. He cut to the basket. Young was able to find him for an easy layup.
You know, the impressive thing so far is the Wildcats are about a game and 3 quarters through. We've shown the ability to score here so far in this season.
Yeah, we have.
And Cats defensively knock it away there, but Bosse will retain as Albrand checks in. Wagner's back in. Fox Boone is back in. 7-point lead for the Wildcats, and now we also get for the first time tonight number 53, Cameron Howard. So Cats trying to utilize some size and give Gus a little break here.
Yeah, you got Gus and Foley both out of the game. This is where Howard needs to step up and play well.
Spin move, loses the handle there as Nunn gives it up. Wagner now. Again, Wagner's just not been able to get on track. Albrand's got the assignment now. Howell just slops one up and it doesn't go. 3 minutes to go. Cats with a 7-point lead could make it 10 here, and they do. Mundi has been on fire from 3 as his 4th one tonight. He has got 14 points.
There's no doubt he can shoot the 3 when he's got his feet set and he's ready to shoot. You know, they're on a transition. He runs down the floor and he spots up behind the 3-point line and lets everybody take the basket, and then he ends up, you know, with an open shot like that.
Young thought he got away with knocking the ball away, but they end up calling the foul there. So Jasper with a 10-point lead, 50-40. Spencer's going to come in, Spencer Englert. Grant Young's going to get a quick break here. Cats are just going to keep doing it defensively. Lead by 10. The ball gets knocked away there, and they recover. Nunn feeds inside. Fox Boone squared his body up and draws the contact, so he'll shoot 2.
That's all right. That's what Howard's in there for. I mean, he's just in there to bang and give those other two guys a break. And,
right.
You know, I mean, you hate to see him commit a foul on the guy shooting so he gets free throws, but
yeah,
he goes in there. He's got 5 fouls to commit. You know,
right.
Go in there and make it rough on him.
And bottom line, make him earn it.
Yeah.
So he misses the first one, so it pays off there. So Cats bring their bigs back in. So we'll see if Foley and Gus can convert on the offensive side. Got to get a rebound on a missed free throw if it happens again. 10-point lead for the Wildcats. Second foul shot misses. So Bosse struggling from the line here. Missed their last 4.
We got lucky there. And lucky again.
Oh, man, total bump there, and they're going to call it travel. You got to be kidding me. He got slammed to the floor. All right, so the Bulldogs get it back, trailing by 10 with 2:16 to go here in the third. Feed inside. Jameer, nice move, puts it up and in.
Bosse's in a 2-2-1 full court press. This is where we'll have to take care of the basketball. We got bailed out there. It was a bad pass.
Right.
And I think the pass being a bad pass is what resulted in the turnover or the foul. If it had been a good pass, I think they would have got the steal on it.
All right, so Gus is going to inbound. We're inside at 2. Foley kicks it to the corner, move around the perimeter. Engler feeds it to Foley on the baseline. Nice up and in there. Connor Foley's 7th point makes it a 10-point game again, and the ball gets knocked away, and the Cats have it.
Need to take care of it here, get it across, and run our offense.
Minute and a half to go. And that's a clean block error by Ajibadi, so now quickly the other way, and they throw it right away.
I mean, I don't know how many turnovers Bosse's got, but they've got to have a ton.
Oh, it's got to be a ton, I agree.
Yeah. That's 2 straight trips again down the floor where they haven't even gotten a shot. They've had 2 turnovers, and that's those are the kind of things that'll drive a coach nuts.
Oh, and he just gave it away that time. And gave away an easy bucket. So
and that's what you got to be careful of. You know, a team like this that presses, you know, they can get themselves back in the game if you don't take care of the basketball.
Right. And see, and that's the thing, especially with Howell's quickness, and that's what John Gable wants to call a timeout here with about a minute to go. So Jasper has an 8-point lead, 52-44. We'll take a break. Cats will have the basketball when we come right back here on 18 WJTS. 52-44, 104 on the clock. Cats are able to break it. Feed in the corner. There's to Albrand. Gets it back to Connor. Nice. Oh, he couldn't get the shot, though. He did a nice job.
There's a situation where he shot faked, and if he hadn't, he would have had an easier shot.
Right. All right, then Jameer hits a 3 over here, so he's got 15 points. And Bosse cuts it down to a 5-point game. 32 seconds to go. So Bosse pressure getting to the Wildcats a little bit here. And you got to call that. Come on. Yes, he did. So that's going to go on Fox Boone. .8 to go. 5-point lead for the Cats, and they throw it away.
Threw it right to him.
Fox Boone quickly the other way. Ooh, look out. Yeah, it looks like he's okay. All right, so again, the Bosse pressure just really getting to the Wildcats right now. Cats had a 10-point lead, and now it's down to 5.
That's where that Howell's quickness played into that. He knew where they were going to throw it, so he stayed off of his guy, and whoever took it out of bounds threw it right to him.
Right. So the free throw is good. Daylon Fox Boone, number 24. He's got 3 points in the ball game, 1 of 3 from the foul line. Bosse looking to make a change here if he misses.
Oh,
or he makes it, but he missed it.
Missed it so bad.
Got the rebound. Fox Boone short on that layup. 14 seconds for the Cats. Got to get down court. Mundi, can he stay hot? Yes! He is on fire tonight, boys. 5th three-pointer hit by him. And Bosse cannot get it up court for the final shot. So 55-48, Jasper with a 7-point lead thanks to Carter Mundi's 3 here on 18 WJTS. Well, the Jasper Wildcats continue to score. 20 points scored in that third quarter to Bosse's 15. They got a 7-point lead right now, led by as many as 10. Bosse's going to continue the pressure here as Howell's picking up Grant Young.
Yeah, we got to take care of the basketball because they're going to turn up the heat here in the fourth quarter, being down the way they are. They've got to have the ball
Foley, strong move, puts it up and in.
That's a good job of getting to the rim. You know, he put the ball down on the floor and went straight to the bucket.
So 9 points for Foley tonight. 3-point shot, misses. (57-48), Jasper up by 9. Mundi, step back 3. Short, or long actually. Battle for the rebound, goes off the, oh man, they set off Jasper.
I didn't have a very good view of it.
Yeah.
There was about 2 guys on the floor, so I couldn't tell who it went off of.
All right, so Beekler comes in for Gus here. I don't think we have any real foul situation for anybody right now. 5 on Bosse, 3 on the Wildcats.
Yeah, that's what I said earlier. They've pretty well let them play. I mean, there hasn't been a lot of foul calls on either side.
Howe constantly looking for those scoring opportunities, isn't he?
Yeah, he's definitely not bashful or shy to go to the basket and look to score.
So he set a screen there, so he gets an open jumper and he makes us pay.
If he can learn to shoot like that from the outside, he's going to be a good little player because he's so quick. You know, if you don't cover him, if you go out on him, he goes around you. If you leave him open, he can hit the shot.
He's got 20 points, and there's a two-handed jam by Foley. So Foley coming on strong here. He's got double figures, 11 points for him. It's an 8-point gain.
Nice pass by Ernie. Penetrated a little bit, found Foley wide open, and made a nice bounce pass to him.
Howell hits another one. He's got 22. So Bulldogs call a quick timeout, so we'll take a break too. 6-point lead for the Wildcats, 6:05 to go here in the fourth on 18 WJTS. Jasper 59, Bosse 53, 6:05 to go here in the fourth quarter. Cats gonna have to close this game out.
Yeah, there's a lot of game left. We've got to take care of the basketball.
Foley's able to get it across, finds an open man, but he backs out. So Beekler's got it, gives it up to Young over there. Young, you got your position up. Now he gives it up. I was going to say you got to take that shot this time, but they're going to say before the shot was the foul.
That was good offensive possession.
Yeah.
Run some time.
Good control.
Still got the ball.
All right, so that's 16 foul on Bosse, so we're not there yet. Jasper with just 3. Gus comes back in. Trying to inbound, lobs it out there. Ooh, should have been a foul on that play.
That was a long 5 seconds.
A good job by Ernie, though. Yeah, it was. Ernie gets the bucket. So Jasper's leads back up to 8. Led by as many as 10 in this ball game. Howell finds the opening, puts it up, does not go, so he's going to look to add to his 22 points tonight from the free throw line.
It was a good hesitation move. You know, he kind of went to the hole and then he kind of hesitated and then went again.
So the Bulldogs 3 of 6 from the line so far tonight. And that one's good. So Fox Boone comes back in. Smallwood will sit. 61-54, 5 minutes and 3 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter as the second foul shot's on the way. Good. 24 points for the sophomore. Gus could have just brought it across there. Now,
that's a dangerous pass.
Yeah. All right, so the Cats into their offense here. 4:49 on the clock and a 6-point lead. Foley makes a spin move, goes up, and he draws the contact. He'll shoot too. It's nice to have that quickness, size, and athleticism when you play down low like that.
Yeah, it is.
Now he's just going to hit free throws.
Yeah, that could become a big part of this game down the stretch here.
So Foley 2 for 3 tonight. 12 points for the big man, including 2 nice, big, monstrous dunks, and he misses the free throw, and Gus is battling, but Howe gets it quickly the other way. Too many white shirts in the middle of the lane there, so he backs out. Jasper leads by 7. Ajibadi, three-pointer, drops it. Big shot for him. He's having a good night too.
He's hit a couple of those tonight, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's hit 4, 18 points. Throws it over there to Connor. Now Connor, I was going to say, you got an advantage over the smaller Howe, and he puts it up and in. $14 points for Connor. And there's going to be a foul on the floor. 5th foul on the Wildcats. Bosse has 7.
Mundy's going to pick that one up.
Quick subs for the Cats. Gus will sit. Ernie will sit. So Beekler and Albran in. 64 Jasper, Bosse 58. Battle, good job by Beekler.
We got a bye with one there. Beekler shoved that guy from behind.
Man, but did you see what happened there?
Yeah.
Carter shuffled his feet just a little bit there.
Yeah, he caught it and didn't quite have his feet set.
Yeah.
But on that other end, that kid went up to get it, and Beekler just kind of shoved him.
Well, they've whistled 12 fouls so far in this second half, but I think we've seen probably almost double that.
I would say so, yeah.
7 on the Bosse Bulldogs, 5 on the Wildcats, so Cats are in the bonus right now. 6-point lead for the Wildcats, crucial. Here with 3.5 to go, and Howell launches a quick one. Fox Boone shot up, but they're going to call Foley for the body. So I was going to say he was kind of clean on the block there, but.
Yeah, up top he was, but on the bottom,
yeah,
got him with the body.
So Fox Boone with 3 points off the bench. 1 of 4 from the foul line, so he's had his share of free throws here and short on that one. All right, so Gus comes back in. The 32's in the ball game. Tyree Gregory. Both teams utilizing their bench tonight. The second foul shot is good for Fox Boone, and he's going to sit down now. 5-point ball game, 64-59, 3:21 as Bosse continues with their press. Carter gives it up. Foley just hangs on. He's there. Shoot it, baby. He's on, man. What a night. 6 3-pointers for number 15, and we've got a whistle over on the sideline. Bosse will hang on. But man, what a night. He's popping it. 20 points for Mundy. Engler's going to check in. 67-59, coming up on 3 minutes here, 3:04 right now. Carter's going to get a quick break. You know, in that situation there, yeah, I know we want to be a little patient there, but if Carter Mooney's got a wide open 3, you got to take it, especially on a night like tonight.
Yeah, because he's feeling it tonight.
Good job, man. Foley's just all over the place. Oh, man, doesn't go for Grant Young, but, you know, Foley, we've seen 2 monster dunks. We've seen him just make some moves down low, and then beautiful block right there.
The key to this part of the key to the season is going to be what does he do? Because he did this last year against these guys.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know that he had 2 dunks, but, I mean, he played to their athleticism.
Right.
And then there was games where he just disappeared.
Right.
He ought to be able to get into a game. And I'm not picking on Lagodi, but Saturday against Lagodi, he's going to be the most athletic guy out there on the floor.
Question.
He ought to dominate.
I agree.
And that's where he has to grow as a player and not let that, fall by the wayside after a game like he had tonight.
I agree. But, so far so good. He had a good outing against Southridge, good outing tonight. So, outstanding baseball season, outstanding football season. So let's just continue into basketball this year. And there's a 3-pointer. He just stays hot as well. So Ajibade with 2 3-pointers here in the quarter. And Bosse calls a timeout. 2:34 to go. Jasper leads by 7, 68-61 here on 18 WJTS. All right, so the Wildcats with the basketball out. 2:34 to go, a 7-point lead. And that's the thing with the Wildcats. Since that 16-6 score, we pretty well have taken control of the basketball game for the most part. Haven't been able to pull away, but we've had the lead the whole time.
Yeah.
And there's a push out of bounds, and so that's going to foul called on number 45, Dejon Parker. I'm sorry, Dejon Nunn. And that's going to send Carter to the line. So Mundi with 20 points tonight. And like you said, we got to seal this basketball game at the free throw line.
Yep, that's what it's going to come down to.
Good start there. 8-point lead, 2:23 to go. Didn't really have much rotation on that free throw, but missed that second one. Ajibade, he's been all over it. Launching that 3, gets a good look there, and he makes us pay again. He has hit 4 3-pointers in this second half. 2:03 now, Jasper with a 5-point lead. And John Gable needs a full timeout, so we'll take a break as well. 69-64 inside of 2 here on 18 WJTS. Well, the Bosse Bulldogs continue to battle the Jasper Wildcats. Cats have had a lead as much as 10 here in the second half, and it's been up and down around 7 or 8. Right now it's at 5 inside of 2 here. Cats try to finish this ball game. Gus drives, draws the contact, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2. Would have been nice to finish that one, but he'll have to earn them.
The key to this is it's our game to win.
Yeah.
We've got to do 2 things: take care of the basketball and hit our free throws.
Yep. And so
you do
far,
those,
we're
if you
3
do
of
those,
6.
If you do those 2 things, you're going to win this game.
Right.
It's pretty simple.
So we're 3 of 6 from the line here in this fourth quarter. Gus is 2 of 3 so far, and he's long on that one. So again, you're exactly right. That is 4 points that we have left on the table there. Fox Boone just checked in for Bosse. Good rotation that time, and he hits it. Cats 4 of 8, 50% here in this fourth quarter. They have to improve that. But right now they got a 6-point lead with 1:50 to go, 70-64.
Yeah, if you shoot 50% in free throws from here on out, you're going to have to hang on.
Right, no doubt about it. Cats doing a good job keeping them pretty well spread out in the perimeter. They're not able to get much in the lane, but Howell misses that shot. There's a tip, and the ball gets knocked away, and I just think, again, we're just after it.
Yeah.
We have really been after it all night right there.
Yeah, we've went after all the loose balls, all the rebounds. We've done a very good job of being aggressive and taking it to them.
Yeah.
There to start the game, we kind of finally missed one.
Yeah, Ajibade had a look there. And now we got a jump ball and possession arrow going to Bosse.
But, to start the game, they were the aggressor. They took it at us.
Yeah, they did.
And then about halfway through that first quarter, we kind of decided, hey, we're going to be the aggressor, and that's what changed this course of this game.
Ajibade tries to drive there. He gives it up to Powell. He's going to force one, I bet. No, he actually throws it away. All right, so that's a foul on Howell. So it's double bonus time for the Wildcats, and just like we've been talking this whole quarter, let's finish it at the line. We've only hit 4 of 8 so far. Tanner's getting his first free throw since the first quarter, and he pops it. 7-point lead with 1:16 to go. One more free throw will really help the cause here to seal this basketball game, but he's short on that one. Free throw up and or shot up and in, and a free throw coming for Wagner. Again, Wagner's been shut down tonight. Just his second bucket.
Yeah, he definitely hasn't impressed me too much.
Yeah.
Howell and Ajibade have been their go-to guys.
Right. Yeah, he's just been kind of lost in the shuffle here. 1:11 to go.
Especially, you know, when your coach puts those high accolades on you to start the year.
Yeah.
And you come out here in the first game. And
he misses the free throw, so that's big.
Yeah.
Cats with a 5-point lead, but still a minute to go, a little over a minute. There's a feed. Gus. Cats keep it out there.
You don't need to shoot now. I mean, it's just a matter of taking care of the ball and hitting the free throws.
All right, so Ajibade picks up the personal there. Double bonus here for Grant Young. Oh, man, rattles that one in.
That one hit about every part of the rim it could, and the backboard. We'll take it, though.
Yep. If he's playing Papa shot, he might have got extra points on that one.
Yeah.
Grant Young, 2 for 2. Just when we need it. 7-point lead, 53 seconds. But a quick bucket the other way. So House continues his hot night. And Bosse calls the timeout. So 49.6. Jasper has to seal this basketball game. It's not over yet. 73-68 here on 18 WJTS. All right, so the Cats will inbound here with Foley feeds it over to Ernie. He's double teamed. They're fighting for the basketball, and they call a double dribble.
He did double dribble, but I think he got mugged in between the dribbles.
I agree. So Bosse forces the turnover there and gets the basketball back with 39.2, trailing by 5. Tare Howell. Foley comes out. He's got to be careful not to foul, but he does. I don't know why.
You don't need that. I mean, now you let him score at the free throw line.
And really, I mean, Foley's out of position defensively. What's he doing on the perimeter?
They switched. Howell's guy, Foley's guy screened for Howell.
Yeah.
And then they switched, which that's fine, but Foley doesn't need to be guarding them out there on the D and Wildcats.
No, they need to switch back there or
yeah.
something. Well, he hits the free throw. Howell's perfect tonight, 5 of 5. And he misses the second one, and Foley comes down with the board. They battle for it, and they actually call the reach. All right, so it's a 4-point game, still plenty of basketball with 27.7 to go. Cats have just not been able to put this game away just yet. So Connor Foley's going to step up. 2 of 4 from the line tonight. Gets the friendly bounce.
We've had some free throws. They're right down here in front of us. We've had some free throws that don't look like they got a chance to go in, and they hit every part of the rim and still go in.
It's like the last 3 that
we
hit.
We'll take them, though.
and didn't get that one to go. All right, 5-point game, 25 seconds. Sure, actually, I think we got a piece of that one. And now it's going to be a foul down low on Foley, so that's going to be 2 free throws with the clock stopped at 18.8.
Yeah, we played good defense. Somebody, I don't know who shot it, looked like somebody might have got a hand on it because it come up short. Foley just fouled out, I believe.
Well, if you're going to foul somebody, I would say Fox Boone's probably not a bad guy because he's just 2 for 5 from the line tonight. All right, so Connor's going to sit, but good night for him overall. .8 seconds on the clock. And Fox Boone hits a huge free throw there for the Bulldogs, makes it a 4-point game, 74-70. Second shot is up and in too.
Take care of the basketball.
3-point lead. And there's a foul right there. Ajibadi got down to 12 seconds there, so it's kind of a situation where you don't make the steal, you got to at least foul probably.
Yeah, I think they should have fouled sooner.
Yeah.
But I know what their philosophy or thought on it was, you know, let's get a steal,
yeah,
which is good, but if you don't get it, then the clock runs down like it did. But
all right,
again,
so
it comes down to hitting free throws. I mean, that's
missed again. My goodness.
We need to hit one because that'll make it a 2-possession game. Right now it's a three-point game.
That's
a 1
7
possession.
free throws missed here, Jason.
Yeah, and you know, what did we say 4 minutes ago?
Yeah.
3 minutes ago. It's going to come down to 2 things: taking care of the basketball and hitting your free throws. We've done a decent job of taking care of it, but we've let them stay in this game by not hitting free throws.
Missed another.
Now it's a one possession game, or I mean, you know, they have a chance to tie it.
So Ajibadi or Howell, who's going to take the shot? Oh man, do they throw it away? Yes, they do. Cats are going to win this basketball game. Shot up and in. So the 2 3-point shooters for this basketball team were out there and they couldn't quite control it. Good job defensively by the Wildcats to disrupt that, what they were trying to do there. And the Cats finish them off.
Yeah,
76-71.
That was just a helter-skelter play, and it, you know, it was, big thing was Bosse didn't have a timeout left.
Yeah.
So Coach Burkhart couldn't call a timeout. I'm guarantee he'd love to have had one there, but he didn't. You know, and that's a great learning tool for these kids. You know, not only Bosse but Jasper in the same sense that, you know, you can't quit till the end of the game. And, you know, you put your, you know, Bosse fought, scrambled, give himself a chance there at the end and didn't execute.
Right. Well, and what a huge win, honestly. I mean, when you think about it, you know, again, the Bosse Bulldogs are always a contender for the Southern Indiana Athletic Conference, and, you know, heck, they contend for sectionals, regionals, semi-state, states, and all that. And, you know, for your first conference game, just second game of the season to pull this off, this is humongous, I think, for Jasper.
Oh, there's no doubt. You know, it's a really nice win. You know, it's at home. You know, that makes it even a little bit sweeter. And like you said, you know, the SIAC this year in basketball is going to be pretty good.
Right.
You know, Bosse's figured to be right there at the top. I don't think Jasper even had much consideration as far as being, you know, to win it. You know, Evansville North, I think, is supposed to be pretty good.
Yeah,
Wrights is supposed to be good. You know, so it's nobody's. I don't think anybody's going to run the table and go undefeated.
Yeah.
Bosse can beat probably anybody in it. We can probably beat anybody in it.
Right.
So can you know. So there's going to be a lot of parity in it. So yeah, this is, you know, what to me what it's going to come down to is you're going to have to win your games at home.
Right.
You got to win your games at home on your home court. And you got to go to the visiting sites and try to steal a win here or there, and that can help you win the conference at the end of the year. But, yeah, this is a huge win. But, you know, it's the second game of the year.
Yeah.
You didn't win the sectional tonight.
No.
You know, you have to you have to do things that will help make you a better team and a better player for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was nice team effort. I think our scoring was pretty balanced tonight.
Right.
I felt like Heichelbeck and Foley were a handful inside again. And they're going to be that way for most of the games we play this year. I mean, teams aren't going to have people that can match up with both of them. They'll have one guy that can maybe match up with one of them, but to be able to go in there and battle against both of them for the course of the whole game, I think, I thought we might have a little bit of trouble tonight and struggle with Bosse's athleticism with those two guys. But
yeah.
Connor has the athleticism to play with them. Nothing against Gus, but he doesn't. But I thought he did a very good job. I thought Coach Gable did a good job of getting him in and out. He would play him for a little bit and be able to get him out and let him get some rest. So I think that was a big key to Gus's night, that he was able to stay as fresh as he could. I thought, obviously Connor had a nice game again. Mundy had a hot shooting night. He's going to have a lot of those in his career yet at Jasper. I think the biggest thing with him is going to be when teams start to figure out that he's the shooter, the outside shooter.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And, they start to try to take that away from him.
Yeah.
So what that's going to entail is that's going to open up his drive. That's going to open up the big guys. I thought we did a pretty good job again tonight of playing inside, outside.
Yeah.
We threw the ball inside. The defense sagged in. The big guys weren't selfish. They looked to the wing or they looked to the opposite. Got Connor open, got Young open, or got Ernie open, found somebody open.
Yeah.
And I think, I think Coach Albrand alluded to that over at Southridge in the interview after the game was, and you and I had talked about it throughout the day, that we thought we did a good job of playing inside-outside game. And, and that's exactly what he said after the game. And I thought that's what we did tonight. We did a good job of doing that again.
Right.
And I think that's where we're going to have success this year, is by doing that, being able to go inside to those two bigs and having the outside shooters.
Right.
So.
Well, and that's the thing. I mean, you drop it down low and then you kick it back out. And, yeah, we're seeing Carter Mundy, but I think there's going to be nights we're going to have to find a second perimeter shooter.
There's no doubt.
Yeah.
And like I said, the way films are nowadays, guys get out and they get to see this stuff and they watch it, and they're going to see teams are going to realize pretty quickly that Mundy's a good shooter.
Right.
And they're going to say, you guard Mundy tonight and you don't leave him.
Yeah.
So.
All right, well, hey, huge win, 76-71 over the Bosse Bulldogs. And, again, the Wildcats didn't play Bosse for a number of years until we got back into the conference, so this is really big. And, I can't remember the last time we've beaten Bosse, but I'm sure it's been a while.
Yeah, I don't have any idea either.
We'll take it.
Yeah, no doubt. So.
All right, well, we'll take a break here. Hopefully we'll get one of the coaches up here to give us some insight on what's going on. All right, so Jasper wins at 76-71. We got John Gable here right after this. Hey, we're back once again here as the Jasper Wildcats with a big-time conference win, Southern Indiana Athletic Conference win over the Bosse Bulldogs. John, you've beaten Bosse a few times over the years in your career, but not many times here at Jasper, so talk about how big this is for you.
Well, I'm not sure we have beat them since I've been here.
That's what I'm
we
wondering.
haven't played them every year
Yeah,
either. There was a long hiatus where they weren't on the schedule.
Exactly.
But, it's a big win for a number of reasons. First of all, because of the season we had last year. We had so many games like this last year that went the other way.
Right.
And I think it, caused some of our players and maybe even some of our fans obviously to start doubting the program. And, we were determined this year to turn that around. And that helps when you have 6, seniors on the floor that all played varsity basketball last year. We've got some experience. We could have made things a little easier down the stretch by hitting a few more free throws.
Oh, I know.
But it was a gutsy win. Bosse was predicted by most people to be, if not the best, the second best team behind Rice in Southern Indiana.
Yeah.
And so I think this was a statement win. So the good news is we beat a really good team. We played really well. We played with a lot of heart and energy. But the other part of that, the other side of that coin is we're not a secret anymore. I think people will be gunning for us, and I think we've made a little noise, and so we deserve that attention.
Well, let's talk about early on in this basketball game. We fell behind 16-6, I think, is before we started to make a run. So at that point, what was the problem with what we were having with what Bosse was doing on the floor?
Well, a lot of it was just self-inflicted. I think we had Gus Heichelbeck scores a bucket, and Connor Foley's going up to be aggressive. He's going to finish at the rim and dunk it if it comes off. But the ball went in, and Connor grabbed the rim. So that bucket doesn't count.
Yeah.
I think Tanner Ernie hit a free throw, and we had a lane violation.
That's right.
So there's 3 points right there, and we're down whatever it was, 11-3.
Yeah.
And at the worst, it should have been 11-6 right there. We had 3 points taken off of the board.
Yeah. And
just mental errors. And I think there were some jitters. I think Bosse does such a good job of speeding you up and getting you out of control. And early on, it took us a few possessions to get just to get our feet underneath us and to collect ourselves and to let the pace of the game catch up with the pace of the game.
Yeah.
And I thought the turning point then was when Connor had that breakaway dunk. He got a defensive steal, and he goes down and has a monster dunk. Brought the crowd into it. All of a sudden, the team is energized, and I thought from there on, we played with a ton of energy.
Right.
And that was huge. And sometimes just one little play like that can spark it. And my taste would I'd rather us get that excited about defense.
Yeah.
But it's just not the way. People love dunks. And that was a huge play. And,
no question.
I said to Connor Foley on the bench tonight at the end of the game after he fouled out, I said, you want to help us win 20 games and make all conference, and then you play like that every game.
Every single game.
He made some mistakes like everybody else, but he played as focused and with as much heart as I've seen him play with for quite a while.
Yeah, and I thought as far as, obviously taking advantage of his size, his athleticism, quickness. There's so many things that at his 6'5", 6'6" frame brings to the ball, on the court and all that. But I really thought, he did some things defensively that were pretty good tonight.
He can block shots around the rim. He can alter shots, and that's a good thing. And I really think, like last year as a junior, the only one that didn't realize how good Connor was Connor. And I think that's always been a problem for him. And to his credit, he spends a heck of a lot of time playing baseball.
Yeah.
He's a tremendous baseball talent.
Right.
He's got a major league body, obviously.
Yeah.
You see him 6'5", 2 1/4. But he hasn't really spent that much time in the summer working on his basketball game. And I think now that he's committed to Indiana University and he knows where he's off to next year, and now that he realizes this is his senior year and his last chance, I think he's got a little bit different approach, and he's a different Connor Foley right now, and I'm glad to see it.
Oh, no doubt about it. All right, and a couple other things. Carter Moondy, boy, he's just shooting the lights out right now.
I'm not sure how many points he ended up with.
He finished with 21, and he popped 6 3-pointers tonight.
He's one of those guys in practice. We call him. In my mind, his name is Good Shot Carter, because our kids are saying good shot before the ball's even out of his hand.
Yeah.
Like, good shot, Carter, and he still hadn't even released the ball yet. They're just so confident that he's going to knock it down. So, Carter's not going to be a secret anymore either. And,
right.
But the good news is, they can put a chaser on him, or they can run a diamond and one against him if they want to start doing that. But we've got some other kids that can step up and make plays as well. We can score inside out a little bit. And so when you have alternative weapons, when you're not relying on just one guy to do all of your scoring, that helps a guy like Carter Moon to get open, because they can't just focus on him.
Well, and everything, too, as far as like Bosse, 2 guys scored 27 and 24. You had Howell with 27. Ajabadi had 24. But, he held everybody else kind of in check there. But, this team is so quick, the Bosse Bulldogs. And I really think what this does for us is it tells us we can play with anybody no matter, size, speed, athleticism. We're right there with them.
Yeah, I don't think there's any doubt about that. I think that we've proven that tonight. But, Bosse's also one of those teams you're glad to play them early.
Yeah.
We usually don't get to do this. But they're usually not this early in the schedule. But this is their first game. It's our second game. And they're on the road at our place, which they've never played in this gym.
Yeah.
So those two things were good. They benefited us.
Right.
And so I just think that their best shooter in their program is suspended right now for 3 games.
Oh, is that right?
And so this is Jabbar kid,
okay.
I think he's a move-in, but so he's going to start playing 2 more games from now. But
okay.
That changes the game for them too a little bit.
Right.
But, once, like I said, they're preseason, very highly touted. I would doubt that anybody coming into this game, including people in Jasper, gave us much of a chance tonight. And I think, that's an inspiration to our guys too. When they read the Evansville paper, or they read the comments online, and they read the preseason projections, and we've got 6 return. If Isaac Day wasn't hurt, we'd have 7 returning guys.
Right.
And nobody wants to consider that. Nobody wants us to consider us in the equation at all. And I think our guys took that personal, and they've been playing with a little bit of a chip on their shoulder, and I hope that continues.
Well, and everything too. You're just looking at last year. We only won 6 games, but look at all the great experience that we got with all those players from last year. And a lot of those were tough losses too, with overtime losses and all that as well.
Right. And it's a learning curve. And sometimes you have to suffer through a season like that. We still feel like last year we were better than 6 wins. And, we lost 3 in overtime. We lost the last second shots to Bar Reeve. We missed a free throw with 0.6 seconds left at Monterey. There were so many instances last year that we could have just a free throw or a rebound or a turnover here and there, and we win the game. And we just came up in the short end of those quite a few times. And hopefully this year we've learned those lessons, and our experience will take us over the top on those games.
Well, I'm going to ask you one thing, too, though. Coming in that fourth quarter, we missed like 8 free throws, I think, somewhere along the way there. When you get in games like this, you have to pretty well close them out. So, that's got to be something we work on then, right?
Well, working on free throws is one thing because we're a pretty good free throw shooting team. But in the fourth quarter against Bosse with the game on the line and the free throws actually mean something, those arms get a little heavy. Yeah. That's something you can't teach.
Right.
And that's something the kids are going to have to be able to, toughen through it and block out the crowd and block out the situation, and have just gotten so many free throws that it's routine to them. Go through the same routine as they do in practice, but you could sit and I could sit in practice and knock down 10 free throws in a row sometimes, Craig. Yeah. But I'm not tired, and it doesn't mean anything. Right. And no one's ever going to, I'm never going to get any accolades for it.
Right,
Now, you put me in the fourth quarter after I've just ran up and down the floor for 32 minutes, and if I miss a free throw, we lose.
Right.
That's a whole different situation.
Right.
So, but hopefully, experiencing it like we did tonight, there's going to be more games like this.
Right.
And, we have to figure out who do we want on the floor at the end of the game that's going to be able to knock those down.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Well, I tell you what, it's a great start to the season, 2-0, and we got Lagodi next. You got a preview on Lagodi?
We scrimmaged them, and we went and scouted them Saturday morning. They had a really nice win up at their place in a Thanksgiving holiday tournament. So winning at Lagodi is never easy, and they've got a good squad. They've got 2 or 3 kids that can really fill it up when they're open, and they're very fundamental and disciplined, like you would expect from a Lagodi team, and that's not going to be an easy place to play, and it's not going to be an easy place to win, and so we've got our work cut out for us, that's for sure.
All right, well, we're looking to go 3-0, buddy.
Well, we're gonna do everything we can.
All right, well, hey, congratulations on the start. Great start for the Wildcats, and looking forward to some big things this year.
Okay, thank you, Craig.
All right,
I appreciate it.
Thank you, John. So again, the Jasper Wildcats with a huge win tonight against the Bosse Bulldogs, 76-71. Quick rundown of the scoring. Carter Mooney led the Wildcats with 21. 15 points for Tanner Ernie, 15 points for Connor Foley, including 2 huge slam dunks in this basketball game. He's got 3 jams in the season so far in the 2 games. And 13 points for Gus Heichelbeck, 9 points for Grant Young, and just 2 points off the bench, and that was Michael Beekler, 2 for 2 from the free throw line in the second quarter. So 4 players in double figures for the Wildcats, and for the Bosse Bulldogs, Howell had 27, Ajibade 24, 6 points chipped in by Smallwood, 4 from Matthew Wagner. And then off the bench, Foxboon was 6, 3 points for 3 points for Nunn, and Parker, number 52, had 2 points. So Jasper 76-71 over the Bosse Bulldogs to improve to 2-0 on the season. And again, they will play at Lagodi on Saturday with a JV tip-off at 6 and a 7:30 varsity tip-off. So Bosse drops to 0-1 on the season. So for Jason Stamm and Jeremy Marcos on the video, my name is Craig Schneider. This is Wildcat Basketball here on 18 WJTS. Good night.